Hey everyone, it's Pooh. As many of you know, I have recently completed my master's degree. And again, I thank you all for your well wishes and congratulatory messages. Since graduation, I have spent most of the summer looking for employment in my field and am excited to announce that I have finally been offered a position. And I'm sure your initial response would be like, if you care anyway, congratulations, Pooh. Right? Right? Not so fast. Yes, it's great that I have been offered a position in my field, but the problem is I have to relocate hours away from where I currently live. And the problem with that is I don't really have the means to do so. Basically, I'm broke. Okay. Usually, with someone going into my field, they are fresh out of college and tend to have the support of their parents behind them. And just to say, I'm not hating on them for that. I think it's great that they have a family that can help them like that. But that is not the case with me. Since most of my family are retirees, asking them for assistance just is not really in the cards. Not to say that I'm not going to, but I just don't see a lot of positive feedback on that. And not to say that they're going to be dicks to me or anything. I'm just saying they have so much to live on for however long they happen to be here with us. Uh, anyway, um, the other end of it is also a lot of those who are taking these positions that I'm going into have been doing them for a while and are still getting paid from their previous posts when they are hired for their new one. Now, I'd love to tell you all that I have a great paying job currently that has allowed me to save up in such an event as this, which I knew was coming. But that would be a lie. The only reason I've actually maintained this job was because, one, it allowed me to have a flexible schedule that would work around my schoolwork. Two, it allowed me to still be able to pay my bills. And three, by the time school was over, it didn't seem right going to another, even though it were a better paying job, only to waste their time and resources training me up just to turn around and leave in 2 months. The other end of this is that, as far as why I'm in the position I'm in, is because even right on the day of graduation, I started having a few minor health issues. I mean, there was nothing serious, just some things that required me to see a doctor a couple of times and purchase meds to get better. All this while being uninsured. This campaign is basically a plead for all who have seen my content, seen me in other live streams, or maybe even might be crazy enough to think I'm a good enough Pooh to maybe part with some of their own coin, as I have done for some of our favorite content creators. And yes, I get it. Why didn't you hold on to your super chat money, Pooh? Well, what can I say? I tend to give before thinking, which sometimes has come back to bite me in the butt, such as now. And but that being said, I've choked off my giving frequency over the last couple of months to way less than before. If you'd seen me last summer, I got crazy a couple of times, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing, dude?" um. So there's that, and besides, things with how I thought I was going to receive relocation assistance for didn't really work out like I had thought they would. I mean, before I was applying for these jobs, I was thinking I might get some relocation assistance just to find out that that is not really the case. What I have recently found out is that positions in bigger areas tend to give you relocation assistance, but mine is in a smaller area. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I can't tell you exactly what it is. Suffice to say, it's a position, and then some of you have heard me talk about this before, where if anybody were to find out who I am and connect my identity to my YouTube channel, I might be in some trouble. Because although the content that I create isn't particularly controversial, saying it satirically might be considered controversial. And it could get me in trouble, and I might lose my job over it, which is why I'm thinking that once I get started with my new position, I may have to basically kill all my content. So people who like to dox, pull your links now. Okay. I am kind of reading from the script, so let me find where it was. Okay. So what I'm basically asking is, or the point is that I could use some help from you all now, if you're able to. Help me to realize my hard work and aspirations to do what I want to do. And screw it, I will tell you. I'll be a little bit more specific. It's my aspiration to teach. That's what I'd like to do. I've always found myself teaching other people, and have really enjoyed teaching classes to youngsters, and imparting information that I've been getting, that I've been taught onto them. And it's been a real joy in my life to be privileged enough to do so. So now at the cusp of getting to do so, and thankfully being paid for it, it's a little bit hard to think that this might not come to fruition, because I don't necessarily have the means to get to that job. So this is a part where I'm going to basically tell you what it is I'm hoping to achieve with this campaign here. So what I am looking at right now is, this is just to get me to my new job. Okay. What I need financing for, assistance with financing, is a truck to move my things, which I don't really have a lot of, to be honest, and also a tow dolly to pull my car behind that truck. Right now, the cost of that is, I say right now as if it might go up or down. The cost of that is $275. Gassing the truck, although they may give the truck to me with a full tank of gas, I have to also return it with a full tank of gas. Estimating would, and I'll be honest with you, with this one I'm highballing it just a little bit, just in case, because the calculations I did were not for a fully loaded truck pulling a vehicle. So the estimated gas, assuming the truck is empty, not pulling, was $89, and I had rounded that up to $100, just in case. I happen to have a rental home that I have a lead on, and I've already spoken to the property owner. And this has been a real blessing, because the gentleman who owns the property is allowing me to move in without putting down a deposit for the rental, nor a pet deposit, because I do have a pet, if y'all didn't know that. So he's not asking for a pet deposit, and I can pay the property deposit down at a later date. So basically, show up with $600 to have a roof over my head. Also, I also have ancillary / emergency needs. Not that I'm planning on having emergency, but who does? But also there are, things like food, cleaning supplies, things that my animal needs for whatever. Plus, I need food for myself. Some would probably argue I don't need as much food. But for that, I am asking $300. So with all that, what we are talking about, and I'm again just rounding this up, is what I'm looking to hopefully get is about $1,300 here to help with the move and getting me set up. Now, the reason why this is needed is because with state of Texas government jobs, which is basically what a public school teacher is, it's a government employee and I'm sure that's pretty much what it is for every other state. We get paid monthly, but we don't get paid starting on day one. Like, they don't prepay us, they post pay us. So I have to be there for a month before I finally see a paycheck. And again, with the U-Haul, gas, rent, ancillary emergency needs, again, especially with the emergency needs, I hope I don't need that money for an emergency, but it would be nice to have a little bit of a cushion. At the bare minimum, I'd appreciate it if this campaign could at least raise the money for the U-Haul, tow dolly, gas, and rent. I may be able to find some other resources for food and for myself and my animal. So hopefully, at the bare minimum, just what I need to get down there. Again, guys, I will be the first for anybody who's really just kind of looking at my request for assistance here and kind of scrutinizing it. Don't get me wrong. I admit that I might not have set myself up to be in the best position to relocate. I get that, it's much like with a lot of other of our favorite content creators and friends that we have on YouTube or even Twitter. Things happen, and we find ourselves not having planned the best for when things happen. Okay, fine, I'll say when shit happens. All right, so it is what it is. But what I am hoping for is that some of you can find it in your hearts, if not in your pockets, at the very least, to just giving some good thoughts, prayers, vibes, whatever your thing is, at the very minimum, are greatly appreciated. Well wishes are also appreciated. If you got a couple of bucks in your pocket, that is also a deuce. If you have a deuce in your pocket, I'd appreciate it. And again, I hope to, once this is all done and I'm set up and I'm good and I'm getting my big boy checks, I will always pay this forward to our fellow content creators, and we'll continue to give to other campaigns that have we've seen before. There's a lot of great campaigns that I've given to before, and we'll continue to do so once I'm in a better place. So with that, let me go ahead and talk about places where you can donate. Now, in the description field, I will have a link to my PayPal account, which is preferred for your donations. And please use the send to a friend option to avoid fees. Yes, I am trying to squeeze every little penny out of you. So that is the preferred method. However, I will also have a GoFundMe. The drawback to the GoFundMe, however, is that GoFundMe does charge a fee of 2.9% plus 30 cents per donation. That's right, folks. It is more expensive to donate on GoFundMe than to send a super chat by 2.9%. The advantage to GoFundMe, though, is that you actually can in real time see what the status of the campaign is as far as raising funds. PayPal, on the other hand, does not do that. That's their drawback. So what I pledge to do is to try daily. It's going to be kind of crazy with me trying to pack my things up, assuming that I'm leaving, to get it done daily, but I'll do my best to daily update you where the campaign stands as far as what donations are coming in through PayPal. I can definitely screenshot those and post them. I'll probably do that to Twitter daily. Try to do it daily. Sorry. Don't want to oversell and then underperform. So, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my words here. And I also do appreciate anything that you could possibly do for me. I'll admit that I don't like being in the position to ask, but definitely not asking would put me in the position of maybe waiting another year before I have this opportunity again. At least asking may produce something for you. Not asking definitely will get you nothing. You know, kind of like if you don't play the game, how do you plan on winning? Thanks a lot, guys. And I will see you on the other side of your meal.